Hey everybody. Well, last year, a number of officials got together, and including the governor of Nevada, I'm sorry, the governor of Louisiana. I've got my half sister's missing in Las Vegas, and so I've got her on my mind. So, if you would please take time to find Amanda Abraham. Uh, find Amanda Abraham. Go to my YouTube channel. Just type Amanda Abraham. You'll see the live stream about her. She's missing in Las Vegas. Amanda Abraham. She's 5'7.5", biracial, mother white, father black. Very nice person. Very nice person. Has been missing now for 3 days. Last seen at the Courtyard Homeless Shelter. Okay, so I'm gonna open up with a request that you help us look for Amanda Abraham. All right, now I'll get on with the news. You last year, if you were paying attention to the preparations for the New Orleans Super Bowl, you probably saw this gentleman talking at the press conference, right? And you would say, "Okay, I remember this person. Who is that?" And that person is none other than the great governor of Louisiana. And the great governor of Louisiana promised one of the safest Super Bowl city experiences when New Orleans hosts the Super Bowl. And it is no mistake that New Orleans has pushed this. Governor Gov Landry, as you can see, joined other dignitaries to announce the city's strategy for preparing for Super Bowl 59. They said next year, but that's now this year, and that's now less than a month away. The governor said that by the time the game is played at Caesars Superdome on February 9th, 2025, crime will be at record low levels. That's what he said, record low levels. By the time we put this Super Bowl on, the governor said, New Orleans will be one of the safest cities in the country. Then Mayor Cantrell said it is important that the improvements made in preparation for the Super Bowl aren't immediately discarded after the game ends and the crowds leave. Preparing for the Super Bowl is our top priority, the mayor said. And as the governor mentioned, when we get it done, it's paving the way for the city to be better and our state to be better for years to come. These projects will not only shine for the Super Bowl, but they will enhance the quality of life citywide for, again, years to come. Cantrell went into a big long list of projects underway in anticipation of the Super Bowl, from repairing sidewalks and street lights to assisting homeless people living in encampments around the city. GNO President and CEO Michael Heck will serve as Governor Landry's point man, coordinating preparations with the city and other partners. And so we have all of that from the good Governor Landry and other dignitaries. And then everybody got slapped in the face with, the New Orleans terror attack, which has taken 15 people and injured 30, from what I last checked, and completely horrified the country, as it happened at 3 o'clock in the morning or just thereafter on this New Year's Day. Now what? It already caused New Orleans to move back its Sugar Bowl. Sugar Bowl was to have been played last night. Instead, it will be played tonight, or this evening at 4 o'clock Eastern. Now, what about the Super Bowl? Now, the state of Louisiana and the city of New Orleans have to show their base level security plans. I'm not saying show everything for the Super Bowl, because what cities commonly do when they're touting their readiness is they'll give you a list that consists mostly of things they're already going to do, but that got accelerated because they got the Super Bowl. But now, given the fact that the terrorist I'm not going to name drove his car on the sidewalk And given the fact that a number of seasoned security officials have said that in spite of the the officials claiming that they were ready for people driving on the sidewalk, it's quite clear to anybody who knows how to tell that they weren't. They didn't have anything, blocking the sidewalk to prevent the kind of drive of the sidewalk that the perpetrator of the terror did. So now they're going to have to go and think beyond the unthinkable and consider avenues and areas that a person would in polite society never even consider, let alone impolite society. And they have to get that ready now in record time. They have to go out and see what technologies are out there that, hey, ordinarily they wouldn't use, but now they should give a second look. So they've got a lot of work to do because no one is infallible, but on top of that, people don't like to get used either. I'm talking about now the residents of New Orleans and Louisiana who basically feel that the way that the economy of the state is structured, that they rely on these big events, right? But that's it. They have all these folks around to basically be used as pawns and pulling off these big events. Hey, go out there and be in this parade. We're not going to pay you. Hey, do this other X. We're not going to pay you much. Hey, let's do this other Y. We're not going to pay you much. But when it comes to the muckety-mucks that are in charge, they get the big bucks, but the workers get the crumbs. I've heard that, and I've heard and seen that refrain time and again in the preparation for this vlog. So there's clearly a problem among the town folk and how they perceive the importance of these big events. This terror attack really exposed the raw nerve that is the New Orleans and Las Vegas event worker. The people are tired of being used. So money is going to make this work. They're going to have to pay, they being now the NFL, the governor, and everybody else, they're going to have to pay the workers some more money. And that's going to engage them better, get them to really keep their eyes open, and make this truly one of the safest Super Bowls ever. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube and bookmark NFL News by Zenny62.com.